Hey Dragonflies, it's time for another lesson with Mr. Madsen. Today we're going to talk about Kelso again and how he helps us solve minor problems. Okay, remember from last time, there's a new wheel. Or well, not a new wheel, but a new poster. Choose two and diffuse. What that means is choose two of Kelso's choices and try to diffuse or make the problem smaller. Okay? Kelso's choices aren't just for kids, remember? Everyone uses the wheel, even if they don't realize it. So I want to again make you notice that the wheel is set up with two categories, verbal choices and nonverbal choices. And these are to solve minor problems, not serious problems. Remember, minor problems are problems that we can solve on our own, but serious problems, like big problems, are ones that we have to get help from other adults. So there are four choices that are verbal choices, meaning we use our words when facing a minor problem. They are make a deal, tell them to stop, apologize, and talk it out. And there are four nonverbal choices we use when we face a minor problem. Nonverbal meaning it's our actions. We don't use our words. And they are wait and cool off, walk away, go to another game or place, and ignore it, which again is the hardest one that Kelso asks us to do. Remember, minor problems, again, are problems that we are smart enough and strong enough emotionally to solve on our own. And serious problems are scary and they're dangerous. And when faced with a serious problem, we have to get help from other adults, and specifically adults that we trust. All right, a video recap from last lesson. So last time we saw two videos about minor problems. The first was a name-calling problem. Now, nicknames can be fun, but in this example, the nickname was hurtful. In fact, Steve did not like his nickname of Stuttering Steve. Did you know there's a way to tell if a nickname is hurtful? First, you have to look at the person's face and try to decide what is their reaction when I said this name. Are they smiling? Are they laughing? Or do they look upset? Do they look sad? Or do they look mad? Have they asked you to stop? Remember, when you ask someone to stop, use a strong, assertive, but kind voice. Another video recap. So there were two minor problems that we saw last time. The second one was about someone writing on someone's shoe or writing on a person's things with a washable marker. They used a washable marker. Okay. Now, Mark was really mad that Will wrote on his new shoes. In fact, his other friends held him down so that Will could do that. And that's pretty frustrating. Even though that happened, Mark was able to control his anger and walk away. Now, fortunately, it was washable. If not, then this problem would have been a serious problem. After cooling down, Mark would need to use an iMessage to let Will know how he felt. Now, you might be wondering, what's an iMessage? So, an iMessage, you state how you feel when someone does a certain behavior. So, I feel frustrated, sad, mad, worried when you write on my shoes. And I would like you to please stop asking someone in a direct, clear voice to please stop. Here's an example. I feel sad when you call me by a different name. Please stop and call me by my correct name. In the case with Steve and the stuttering issue. So I messages are specifically about what you feel and what you want the person to stop doing, okay? And they're said with that strong, assertive, but kind voice. If we say it in a mad voice and possibly yell at someone, people often don't listen when people yell at them. That's why we have to use a serious voice. And Steve did that in the end. He pulled one of the friends aside and said, "Hey, can you please not call me that name?" And then later, when his other friend called him that name, the friend that he talked to stood up for him and said, "Hey, he doesn't like that name. Let's not use it anymore." Did you know? Bullying. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, those problems looked a little bit like bullying. Well, here's some information about bullying. The definition. Bullying is when someone keeps being mean to someone else on purpose. Okay? The person it's happening to hasn't been able to make them stop. It's unfair and it's one-sided, meaning it only happens to one person, not both people doing things. So it's intentional and it's hurtful. It's one-sided and unfair. It's ongoing, meaning it happens time after time after time after time, repeated. And it involves an imbalance of power, meaning one person is either bigger than the other person or stronger than the other person or has an advantage over the other person. That's the definition of bullying. Let's talk about serious problems. So remember, examples of serious problems. Someone sneaking into an empty building that's marked no trespassing. Someone shoplifting or stealing. Someone lighting a fire in an empty field or somewhere else that is not for fire. Someone scribbling on the bus seats with a permanent marker. Someone bringing a pocket knife or weapon to school. Someone threatening to hurt someone else, a bully. Those are serious problems. Scary and dangerous. All right, Dragonflies, I want you to watch this next video about serious problems, and then we'll come back.
Every day we face problems, and there are many solutions. It's important for us to make choices that help us resolve problems and conflicts in a safe and peaceful manner. How do we do that? That's what this program is all about. Let's talk about serious problems. A serious problem is one that makes you feel scared or unsafe. What do you do if you face a serious problem? Let's find out.
I can't believe you said that.
Well, it's true.
No, it isn't.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
It's fine with me.
Ava and her friend Karen had an argument at school. Ava thought she wouldn't have to deal with Karen. But when Ava logged onto her computer, she found that Karen had posted hurtful things about her. One post warned people to stay away from Ava because she picked her nose all the time and she was gross. And it also warned that if you sat next to her, watch out for lice. Ava knew that soon the rumors would be all over school and people would tease her. Ava was embarrassed. She knew Karen could be mean if she wanted to be. But what could she do? If she told somebody about it, Karen would continue to taunt and spread more rumors. But if she did nothing, then Karen would think she could get away with it. What would you do? Well, if there's a problem that is making you really upset and hurt, you need to tell an adult you trust for help. That's not tattling, it's just the next step in solving an ongoing problem. Ava told her mom, and her mom called the school. The school principal is making sure that Karen does not use the internet to spread rumors about anyone else.
Why are you throwing your lunch out?
I don't need to eat. This energy drink gets me so hyper. I have more energy for soccer right after school.
Really? Is that healthy?
Sure, I have one right before soccer. It gives me more energy. I think it makes me faster too.
I don't think you should drink too much of that stuff. It isn't healthy.
Sure it is.
You're better off eating something, don't you think?
I'm fine.
You say you have so much energy, but you fell asleep on the bus yesterday.
Yeah, but then I had one right before soccer practice and I was awesome. Come on, support me. You're my friend. Promise you won't tell anyone? Susanna asked for Lexi's support and to not tell anyone. Lexi is concerned. What do you do when you think a friend is hurting themselves? That's a serious problem. Here's the answer. If you're afraid or think the problem is dangerous, you have to tell an adult you trust for help. That's what Lexi did. Telling an adult about the problem is always a good solution. When it comes to minor problems, you're smart enough and strong enough to solve the problem or conflict in a peaceful, safe way. You can tell them to stop or talk it out. You can make a deal, or you can tell the person who's causing the problem to stop and wait and cool off. When it comes to serious problems, those problems that have you scared or puts you or a friend in dangerous situations, you must tell an adult. Ask them for help. Now you know how to peacefully solve problems and resolve conflicts, serious and minor. You're smart enough and strong enough to do it.
Okay, welcome back, Dragonflies. We just saw 2 video clips of serious problems, okay? The first involved 2 girls, Karen and Ava. Karen and Ava got into a fight, and Karen walked away from Ava. Ava was upset enough that she made a choice to do what's called cyberbullying to try to hurt Karen. Cyberbullying is when you post untrue rumors about another person. In this case, Ava posted untrue rumors on the internet about Karen. Karen was unsure what to do. This was serious. She was worried that people would believe the rumors. She didn't know what to do. This is a serious problem. Karen realized this and spoke to her mom, who then called the school principal, and the school principal was able to help with this problem. Cyberbullying is another type of bullying where someone does hurtful things to try to either make you feel bad or make you look bad in front of other people. It's a serious problem, and you need to get help from an adult as soon as possible. The other serious problem was one that involved 2 friends as well, Susanna and Lexi. Susanna was throwing away her lunch, and she was choosing to drink energy drinks instead of eating food. Now, energy drinks by themselves are not bad, but if it's all you eat, then it's not good for you. You need to have regular food. Her friend Lexi was concerned, and she told her that she didn't think that it was healthy for Susanna to just drink energy drinks. But Susanna asked her not to tell because they were friends. Okay? Sometimes a friend might choose to do something that is scary or dangerous or harmful, and we as their friend have an obligation to step up and tell them we don't think it's right and we think they need to stop. If you have a friend who asks you to keep a secret that you feel is not right, it's scary or dangerous, you have to tell an adult you trust right away and get help. It's a serious problem. Okay, so just a quick review. We looked at minor problems last time, and the minor problems are annoying and they cause us to feel annoyed, bothered, hurt, mad, sad, frustrated, embarrassed, and or confused, or any combination of feelings. And then today we looked at serious problems, which are scary and dangerous and make us feel frightened, scared, terrified, alarmed, bullied, threatened, nervous, anxious, and maybe panicked, or a combination of those feelings. Serious problems are scary, and you have to get help from an adult. We also talked about iMessages. Remember to use a clear and strong, assertive, but kind voice when making an iMessage. iMessages help us to stand up for ourselves in a safe way, and they help us to communicate a clear and direct message to the person who's hurting our feelings. Bullying. Bullying, again, is when someone keeps being mean to someone else on purpose. It's intentional and hurtful. It's one-sided and unfair. It's ongoing, meaning it repeats over time. It involves an imbalance of power, where one person is either bigger or stronger or has an advantage over another person. If you're being bullied, this is a serious problem, and you need to get help from a trusted adult right away. Sometimes a bully might threaten you and say, "If you tell, you'll be sorry." And they might be threatening to hurt your younger brother or sister, or maybe a pet. Don't believe them, okay? Get help from an adult as fast as you can. That's the only way to solve the bullying problem. Here's your directions. Do the activity attached, and until next time, I hope you have a great day.